Hello, everybody. Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. And it is the end of week 2 of Marshall, Latham, and me doing the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs challenge. And so we're here to show you how it went. We've got our daily videos. We'll start with mine. Got them right here, and we'll send them over there. You can check them out, see what you think, and then I'll be back to talk about it on the other side. All right, it's Thursday, which is day 8, and there's similarly nothing to, similarly as I had, I guess this is an all new video. So the same thing that I had the problem with last video. We have no kitchen. Our kitchen is torn out. We're in the middle of remodeling it. And stuff is being done. There's lots of stuff that I've got to devote attention to. So I haven't had time to get out of the house and go to the store or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm running low on food, and low on time to prepare the food. If I'd thought ahead, I could have made some steaks, but I didn't think ahead. And when it was time to eat some food, the only thing I could think was, well, I guess I got those frozen hamburgers and I can just warm a couple of those up. And I don't know why I didn't realize that this was the case. I think the kids may have eaten 1 or 2 of them, but there was only 3 of them left, which is not even quite a pound. I warmed up 3 quarter-pound hamburgers and I ate them with butter. I ate lots of butter with them, a little pat of butter with each bite. And that helped to kind of fill me up. And I was thinking, oh, maybe this is going to be enough for me today. And I started driving to work. And I could tell before I even got like 5 minutes on my way, my stomach was saying, no, you're not done, man. I want more. And so I thought, well, great. I guess I could go by McDonald's and get the hamburgers, the patties, quarter-pound patties at McDonald's. And so that's what I did. I got another 4 quarter-pound patties. Only $5, so it's not bad. And I ate all 4 of those. And that did me in. That was enough for the day. So that was my food for day 8. It is day 9, which is Friday. And kind of similar to yesterday, I had no food that I could make. When I went to head to work, I thought, shoot, I guess I need to go by Costco and buy some more of those hamburgers because I used the last 3 yesterday and I don't have time to make anything. So that was my plan. I started driving and figured, I'll swing by McDonald's too and get 4 more quarter pounders. So I did that. I had brought a stick of butter with me, and I took, this is gonna sound gross to some people, particularly Marshall, but I just had the stick of butter in my hand and I would take a bite out of it. Just take the thing, take a bite, and I'd take a bite of hamburger and I would chew them up together. And that's how I ate my hamburgers and butter. And it's really good, let me tell you. It goes really well together. It's surprising. You wouldn't think so. It sounds so gross, but that's because of the world that we lived in for the last 40 years. It's not gross at all. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, so I ate those 4 hamburgers that way. And then when I got to Costco, I went in to buy some more hamburgers. They didn't have them. The worst thing was when I bought them last time, I thought, oh, maybe I should get 2 so I don't have to come back. Well, I didn't get 2. I had to come back, and they didn't even have them when I did. They were gone, and it's one of those things that happens at Costco. You buy something all the time, and then one day you go and they just don't have it anymore. And sometimes it comes back again later, and other times that's it. You just never see that product again. Yeah, so I was just like, crap, well, what do I do now? And I wandered around the store thinking, do they have other hamburgers that are pre-cooked? And they didn't seem to. They looked like they were raw and needed to be actually cooked. And I eventually settled on barbecue brisket burnt ends. They had a little thing that you could get of that, and they were pre-cooked, so you could just warm them up. I'm not really a fan of that kind of stuff generally. I mean, burnt ends I am a fan of, but I mean pre-cooked, just warm it up kind of stuff. That usually means that it comes with other stuff, other chemicals, preservatives, etc., that you don't really want. So I don't like to do that very often, but you know, desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. So I got that, came to work, and I warmed them up in the microwave. I'm sure I got myself a bunch of plastic, you know, a bunch of those estrogenic chemicals from the plastic into my meat, and then I wound up eating them. But I ate those burnt ends, and I did the same thing. I had the rest of that stick of butter. I took a chunk of butter and a chunk of burnt ends, and I ate them together. And that also is very good. You wouldn't believe how tasty that could be. It seems weird. I took the barbecue sauce that actually came with it and threw it away, and then just ate it with butter, which I'm sure a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, that's so gross, but it was wonderful. And it was much more healthy than that barbecue sauce, I can guarantee you that. So I had a whole stick of butter today. I've stuffed, I'll have to admit. I feel like I ate Thanksgiving dinner, but I don't feel bad about it. I feel good. And I'm not going to eat again for, you know, a good 18 hours. So that's going to be good. I'm thinking about doing a 72-hour fast this week. Thinking about maybe starting it on Sunday, after my meal on Sunday. And I may make it a fat fast, which is something I've never done before. I have done one 72-hour fast before. Mostly I only do about 40 hours. So I'm considering doing that. What I want to do is just switch it up on my body often enough, you know. Don't give it the same fast every time. Some days it's one meal a day, some days it's alternate day, some days it's a full-on 72-hour fast. But yeah, I guess I'll let you know. I guess come Sunday, if I say, hey, I'm fasting now and I'm not going to eat again for a long time, then you'll know. So we'll see you guys then. We'll head over to the next video and see what that guy's got to say. It is day 10, which is Saturday, and it was a nice day because I don't have to work tomorrow for the first time in forever, so I get a real weekend. And I slept in kind of late, sort of, I mean, ish. We need thicker curtains or something in my bedroom because I just can't sleep in much past about 8 at the latest. But anyways, this morning I had bacon and eggs for breakfast. Although somehow, like, I don't know how I got distracted enough for this to happen, but I burned my bacon like right away, and I was, dang it. So what I decided to do was I took the bacon out and I crumbled it all up into little pieces. Basically turned it into bacon bits, and then I cooked it into the eggs with the eggs, and that actually turned out pretty good. It was a good way to save the bacon. The bacon wasn't too bad, it wasn't too overcooked, but when you added it in with the eggs, it made it pretty tasty. And then later on, I had a second meal, which was a ribeye steak. The steaks that we got on July 4th. I still have 2 of those left. Yeah, I think I still have 2 left after this. If I'm remembering right. I think I had a 3-pack, and that was yeah. So anyways, I had one of those, and it was super good. I had a lot of butter with it. I would cut a bite and then get a little pat of butter, and I ate that all together, and that filled me up nice and great. And that was, yeah, that was the deal for Saturday. That's what I ate, and I think I'm going for it. I think I'm gonna fast, starting on, well, I guess on Sunday, but going through Monday, Tuesday, I guess part of Wednesday. I don't know. We'll have to see how long that works out to. I may not go the full 70. I may just go the 2 days and then eat the next morning. I don't know, but we're gonna go for it. So see you then. Hey everybody, it is day 11, which is Sunday, and I am now fasting, although just barely. I don't think I even got started until about like 8:30. But I am fasting, and I'm going to do a full 2 days. I'm not just going to do my normal skip one day, alternate day fasting kind of thing. I'm going to do a longer fast. So I'm not eating tomorrow or Tuesday. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe I won't be able to handle it, but I think I can. I've done it before, so it won't be my first time doing it. So I'm excited. I think it'll be good. And but before that happened, this morning I had bacon and eggs for breakfast, just regular eggs, no fancy duck eggs. I ate the last of those. When did I eat the last of those? Did I eat those yesterday? I don't think I even mentioned that. But yeah, I had the last of my duck eggs, and then today I just had plain old chicken eggs, although they're good chicken eggs. They are the special kind. You know, I don't buy the 99-cent eggs, although I think 99-cent eggs now cost $3.50, so there's that. But anyways, yeah, I had bacon and eggs, and I had a fair amount of butter along with that. I was doing what I've been doing for this week and just eating, you know, a pat of butter with each bite. It's amazing. Butter goes with anything. Eat it with a slice of bacon, tastes great. Eat it with some eggs, tastes great. Later on today, I just before I started my fast, I cooked up some just ground beef. My wife had made tacos for the rest of the family, and I took what was left of the chub, which was probably 3 pounds worth, and I cooked that up, and I ate a fair amount of it. I wanted to make sure I ate plenty before I went on to my fast. So I ate that, and you know, it came with a lot of fat because it's 73.27 ground beef, so it had a pretty good amount of fat in it. And I keep that, I put it in the bowl, and I kind of make sure that my ground beef is dipped in it. So I had a lot of fat from that too. So I think I'm ready for this this fast. So we're gonna see how it goes. Gonna be good. Gonna be good. Okay, it is day 12, which is Monday, and I am now about 21 hours fasting, and I am cold, so I'm out in my car trying to warm up, keeping my hands on the steering wheel. Yeah, that feels good. Oh yeah, that's really warm right there. That's nice. But anyways, yeah, I haven't eaten anything since the last time I was on here. I don't know what else I got to tell you. I guess I'm doing the fast thing. So yeah, I'm 21 hours in, and I'm looking to try and do 72 full hours. I didn't do that last time around. I only made it like 60 something. And I want to do it this time. It might be weird though. I'm not sure exactly how I'll go about it because I didn't start until about 8:30. That means 72 hours will not end until about 8:30, and that's kind of late to be eating. Probably shouldn't have eaten that late when I started, but waiting until 8:30 and then eating, that might be, I don't know, maybe I should just wait until the next morning, which will probably make my fast be more like 90 hours or 85, I don't know, but I don't know, I can't decide if I should do that. Eat at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night or eat just first thing in the morning on Thursday. I'll think about it. We'll have to see. I guess we'll see how crazy I get wanting food as the thing goes on. But last time around it was fine. I didn't have any more trouble than I have on any of my other fasts, so I think I'll be fine. Well, I'll keep you posted. In fact, hold on for 1 second and you'll find out what I have to say more about this fast. It is day 13, and now I am at about 44 hours fast. I think 44 and a half. Let me throw the little, I did a screen grab in my little countdown app. But yeah, 44 and a half hours fasted. Still freezing at work, so I'm out here in the car, warming back up. Mostly I'm fine, but it's just in that darn office, man. They keep it cold. And it's not good for fasting. Maybe fine for other times when I'm eating several meals a day, I'm fine. But when I'm fasting, yikes. And I was wondering how bad it would be today, because now I'm, this is a full-on, this is about as long as I ever go fasting. And I thought I'd be freezing even worse, but I guess we'll see tomorrow. I'm not supposed to finish 72 hours until about 8:30 tomorrow night, so we'll see how cold it gets. But yeah, I think I'm not going to eat at 8:30. I think I'm just going to wait till morning. I'll probably wind up with like 80 hours or so. But I think I'm going to do that. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, see if I can handle that. See if I can make this full 72-hour fast. But yeah, I think I'll be fine. Yeah, haven't eaten anything, so I got nothing to report. So that's it for day 13. It is day 14, which is Wednesday, and I didn't quite go all the way to 72 hours. I decided to call it this morning. I only made it to 62 hours and 42 minutes, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and eat. I'll do another fast in a couple of weeks, and I will time it better so that I can eat at the right time and finish at 72 hours. I really do want to get to 72 hours at some point, but this was not the time, unfortunately. When I did eat, I had what was left of the beef, the ground beef that I cooked up. Was it Sunday? The stuff that I ate right before starting the fast. And I ate what was left of that. And then I had some bacon and some eggs. I ate as much as I could of the bacon and the eggs earlier in the day. When I finished up, when I ended my fast, I had the beef and the bacon and the eggs. And I had butter with that as well. And then I saved what was left over, and I brought it to work with me, and I had it about 7 o'clock. I had the rest of my eggs. So I'm gonna eat probably 1 to 2 meals a day for the next little while, and then I will probably start fasting, do some 40-hour fasts next week on probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday is my plan. So that's what we got to look forward to. Or I do? I don't know. I suppose are these videos something you look forward to? Come on, be honest. All right, so there you have it. A lot of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and a big long fast. Wasn't as long as I wanted it to be, though. I really wanted to get to 72 hours. Instead, I stopped at 62 and a half or so. And it could have been the longest fast that I've ever done, but instead it came an hour and a few minutes short. I did do one a while ago that was 64 hours. Next time I'm going to plan ahead a little better and make sure that I eat all my food earlier on in the day so that I can, finish the fast up earlier on in the day as well. So I don't have the troubles that I would have had if I decided to wait until 8:30 p.m. to finish the fast. So we'll try again in a couple weeks. It's okay. So I don't have any weight or anything to discuss with you about that. I've decided not to weigh myself. I was complaining the other day about how I keep getting frustrated because the weight will go up and down and up and down. And I feel like I'm going to be doing well. And then the very next day, it's all gone back up and I've lost any gains that I'd made. So I have decided that I will only allow myself to be weighed once a month. That's probably less than most people do, but that's my deal. I'm gonna only weigh myself on the 1st of every month. So be a couple weeks before I can give you a weight and see exactly how I've done. But the good thing is, most likely there will be a difference if I do that. Each time it won't be the same thing. So that'll be good. Probably won't be enough of a difference, but it'll be a difference at least. So there's that. Okay, so Marshall also was eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs this week, and he had some interesting stuff that he was doing this week. So why don't we head over and check out his videos?
It is day 8 of the beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge, and it was again pretty simple. For lunchtime, I had a bowl of ground beef with some butter melted in it. I did put more butter, like I said I should, and yeah, that made it even better. Yeah, that Kerrygold's pretty good. Everybody's right. And let's see. Then for when I got home from work, I cooked up, was it 5 eggs? Just had scrambled eggs with some bacon crumbles in it, and had that for dinner. And that was it. That's pretty simple. Can't get more simple than that. Hey, this is day 8 of the beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge, and I'm out here with my dog, and thought it'd be a good time to recap day number 8. I'm trying to remember if I ate anything for breakfast. I probably did. Oh yeah, I brought a little bit of bacon along in the morning because I knew I was going to have a big lunch. And so when so I had that somewhere around 9 o'clock in the morning, just a little bit of bacon. I know I should eat bigger meals, but I made up for that. We went to lunch. I took my staff out. Well, I didn't take them out. We all paid for our own meal, but I took my, there's 4 of us in the group that I supervise, and so we all went out to lunch at a barbecue place. And I ordered a 1/4 pound of pulled pork, a 1/4 pound of tri-tip, and a 1/4 pound of brisket. And you know what? I probably could have ordered more because no, I was full, but I should have ordered extra for later on or the next day or whatever. But no, I was actually pretty full by the time I got done eating the, I guess, 3/4 pound of meat. Maybe I should have tried to go for a pound just to eat more food. But man, that was really, really good, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. I didn't eat anything else for the rest of the day. Just enjoyed that. It held me over, and yeah, it was a success. Hey, it's day number 10 for the beef, bacon, butter, and egg challenge, or whatever you want to say it. I think I got my days mixed up yesterday, so I probably said the wrong day. I guess I'm just going to have to make myself a chart so that I can avoid that. Today was pretty good. It's Saturday. Went and got up early and helped go clean up the church nearby, and then my wife worked all night, so she went to bed. And I took the dog out to the dog park and walked around for a bit. Got some exercise in this morning, and on my way home I thought, hey, I heard that you can just buy the eggs from the Egg McMuffins at McDonald's. So I figured I'd check that out, and I looked and I had some cash. So I stopped by McDonald's, me and the dog stopped by McDonald's, and got 3 round eggs, is what they call them. I don't know, it wasn't a great deal. They were like 2 something each, so it ended up being like $7.28 for 3 eggs, which is quite a bit of money. It's not worth it. They tasted fine. I prefer my eggs a little more runny, or moist at least. But these are, just dry eggs, fried eggs that they would use. I guess the scrambled eggs, if you buy those, they're a little bit cheaper. So that's something good to know, I guess, for if I'm on the road and I'm hankering for something and I don't have anything with me. So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of a fun experiment. I tried that out. And then it was a cooking day again today. I grilled up a couple more steaks and a bunch more hamburger patties, so that I'd have those in reserve for the week. And of course I ate a couple of the patties and some of the steak and combine that with some bacon that I had left, and I did put some butter on there, big. So it's probably not in the picture that I took because I added the butter after I took the picture, but trust me, I did add quite a bit of butter to that, and kind of melted it over the hot meat, and then just ate it as part of everything else. So I guess I didn't have eggs at lunch, but almost had all 4 of them there in one meal. And then all day today I was cooking up a pork loin in the slow cooker, and that turned out really good. I cooked it in bacon grease and butter, and not braised, what's the word? Anyway, cooked the sides real quick, and then put it in the crock pot and let it go for 6 hours or more. And man, it turned out really, really good. I didn't eat too much of it because after that big lunch I wasn't very hungry, but I did have to sample some, and some of the fattier parts were really, really good. I put the rest away for eating later in the week. So that's my day 10, and I'm a 9th of the way through the 90-day challenge. Hey, this is day 11 of the beef butter bacon and egg challenge, and today was pretty simple. I actually didn't plan on eating today. I thought, today's a good day to fast, and I would have, but around 3 p.m. I don't know, I started getting really hungry, like not just normal hungry, but like actually hungry, I think. And so I thought, you know what, I'll listen to my body and I'll eat something. So I actually did something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, or at least over the last couple weeks, was to do an egg experiment. And so what I did was I got 10 eggs out, and I put them in a pot of water, and I turned it on, put it on the stove, and brought it to a boil. And then I'd put it down to simmer just like you would for a hard-boiled egg or a soft-boiled egg, which is what I was making. But then after I put it on simmer, I started a timer, and after a minute I took one of the eggs out, and then after the next minute I took another egg out. And so I had 10 minutes of eggs after the eggs had boiled. And then I sat down, I put them each in their own little bowl, just like I was doing a science experiment or something. But and then I just started opening the eggs, and I knew the first few would be soft and runny, and so I just cracked those open like a soft-boiled egg. As it went on, I realized, okay, these are getting hard now, so I started cracking them open like a hard-boiled egg, and cutting them in half. And so I put them all back in their own little bowls, and took a picture for you. Took a couple of pictures. Not all of them could fit on the tray. I was running out of bowls to put these eggs in, and so the last two here are the last 2 eggs. I guess minute 9 and 10 there. But I don't know, it was kind of fun to do that. I kind of figured out that the best egg for me was probably the 2-minute egg, possibly a little bit more, just depends on what's going on or how I feel. But anyway, that might be a good guide for any of you that are listening that care about that kind of stuff, that might want to cook up your own boiled eggs for something. It's just getting evening now. I don't know if I'll eat something later. If I do, it'll probably just be a little bit of the pork loin that I cooked up yesterday, and not very much of it. Probably that with some butter or something like that. We'll see how the day goes. I'll let you know in the next video whether I had anything else or not. But yeah, that was kind of a fun little thing to do today, and we'll keep going. We are talking day 13, no, day 12. I almost screwed it up again. On the beef butter bacon and egg challenge. And just a little follow-up from yesterday. I ate 6 of those hard-boiled, soft-boiled eggs yesterday. And there was something else I was going to follow up on. that I forgot about. But anyway, maybe I'll remember. But yeah, I did want to report that. Oh, I didn't eat anything else for the day. That was it. I just had those eggs, and I didn't eat anything in the evening. So that was it for yesterday. So back on to day 12 here. I just had a bunch of that. I was going to say pulled pork. It kind of is like pulled pork. It's just pork loin that I cooked up and added butter to it and cooked it up. Added a little more butter to it and ate it up. It was pretty good. It was a little dry. I should have added a little bit more butter, I think. That probably would have helped it. Whoa. What the heck is back there? Is that a turkey? Or a peacock? I gotta check this out. It's a turkey. Wow. I have a turkey in my yard. That is crazy. Let me finish up my report real quick. The report says... oh, and then for dinner I just had 5 eggs scrambled with bacon crumbles. But I used the butter as the... wow, that's going to come right up to me. I fried it up in butter, basically. And I don't know, what has more fat? The butter or bacon grease? Because I usually use bacon grease to cook up my scrambled eggs. But today I decided to use butter. Because I already had bacon crumbles in it. There's UPS. All right, I'll be gone, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. We are on day 13 of this here 90-day beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge. And today went pretty well. Day 13, let's see, we had for lunchtime, midday meal, I had a bunch of the steak. I had a whole steak, like 1.5 steaks of those shoulder, or what do they call them, blade steaks. I cut those up into smaller chunks and cooked them with butter. I kept adding more butter. I kept hearing Big Ankovich saying, more butter. So I added more butter on there, kind of melted it in. You know, there's a fine line there. You want to melt it enough so that it mixes in with all of the other, with the meat. But if you melt it too much, then it just becomes a puddle of butter at the bottom of the thing. So I'm finding that balance. Semi-solid maybe is where I want it. But anyway, so I ate that up. That was really good, pretty tasty, filled me up really well for the day. I don't think I took a picture of it. I think I forgot to take pictures. But yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. You know, one of the things that I've noticed on this challenge, and maybe it's more of a mark of bad dental health than a comment on the beef, butter, bacon, and egg, or carnivore in general, is that my jaw hurts a little more. My teeth kind of ache a little bit sometimes because I'm always constantly chewing on the meat. Maybe I need you know, more tenderized meat or whatever you want to say. But no, I don't know. That's something I've noticed since we started this is, yeah, my teeth kind of hurt, my jaw kind of hurts, and so I've been trying to brush my gums really hard, and just trying to hearty up my mouth, and maybe that's a benefit, a beneficial side effect of doing the carnivore challenge is you have to have good teeth to chew all this stuff. Now, if you're having ground beef and stuff like that, that doesn't really apply, but I've been eating steak and pork and things like that, bacon even. Maybe I'm not cooking my bacon good enough. Anyway, speaking of bacon, for dinner I had, again, I just had scrambled eggs with bacon crumbles in it. This time I used bacon grease instead of butter to cook it in. I don't know how much that matters. But I had 6 eggs this time. So yesterday we were almost running out of eggs, and so I only had the 5. But now we have fresh supply of eggs, so going for the 6 eggs, which is what I try to do now. So let's see. Yeah, so that was it. That was day 13. It's going pretty well. I was trying to figure it out, so we're almost done with our second week. And I think what I figured out with the 90 days, it's almost like a day shy of 13 weeks for this. So we got a ways to go, but I'm encouraged. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'll talk a little bit more about kind of the benefits I'm seeing tomorrow. I figure at the end of the week, on my last entry, I can talk kind of about health progress and things like that. So I'll do that tomorrow. Okay, day 14. Day 14 went really good. I really enjoyed my food today. I forgot. I brought some stuff to eat for lunch, but I forgot that we were having a lunch provided at work today, and I was trying to remember what it was because like, is it going to be something I can eat? Luckily, it was carne asada tacos and a bunch of other stuff. Refried beans, rice, salads, all kinds of stuff. But I just ate the carne asada, and I ended up having 3 bowls of it because, I had a pretty good sized bowl, and then, ate and made sure everybody else got something to eat. And then I looked and like, oh yeah, there's quite a bit of meat left. So I went over there and got another bowl and ate that. And then I even went back for a third bowl and went back to my desk and finished off the third bowl of that. And that was really good meat, especially that last bowl, because at the end they cooked up all the fatty ends and, all chunked together and stuff and just put that in there. I was like, oh man, that was really good. Better than what I brought. I guess I'll eat that tomorrow and talk about it. Then I came home and I was kind of hungry, and I forgot there's all that ground beef that I cooked up last week, and I had forgotten about it. And so there was one way in the back of the fridge. My wife's like, "You better eat that." I was like, "Oh, it's already cooked. It's probably not that bad." But I thought, okay, I'll cook that up. So I melted some butter in a pan and heated up the hamburger, and then I put 3 eggs into that and mixed it all up. And boy, that was really good too. I put some salt and some pepper in there. So yeah, I ate really well today and enjoyed all of my food. In general, I have been enjoying what I'm eating. Some days it's just, okay, here we go, kind of thing. But yeah, today was really good. I thought I'd take some time and explain a little bit about, how things are going. So I did get on the scale this morning. I usually only weigh myself on Fridays, but I decided to change it to Wednesdays because that'll concur with the end of the week. Today's 14, so it's the second week that we're doing this. And luckily, I'm back down to where I was at the end of the last time I did the carnivore challenge. I actually a little bit lower. But yes, in that interim, I had gained some of that weight back. And I have a chart. Maybe I'll take a picture of the chart and show that here. You can kind of see the progression of my weight. Now, I didn't, in the interim, I wasn't doing it once a week. I did it like once a month kind of thing. So you'll see huge straight lines in there. But anyway, this is my weight loss since I started doing the 30-day challenges. And you can see when I'm eating carnivore, I'm losing weight. When I'm not doing carnivore, I'm not losing weight. And it didn't spike up as much as I thought it might have, but I might, because I didn't weigh myself every week, I might have masked some of those higher spikes in there. But that's a good sign. I'm losing weight. I know Big is a little bit discouraged about some of his weight loss, but as far as weight goes, I'm so much in a higher weight bracket that it makes sense that I would be losing weight faster for that. I have been feeling better. I've been trying to walk every day, or at least, as much as I can. And so I've been feeling good about that. Of course, it's very hot right now. It's interesting doing this beef, bacon, butter, and egg, because some of the temptations that I have, some of the things, I wouldn't say that I'm craving. I don't like that word craving. I don't really crave anything. But some of the things I want to eat are things that I would be able to eat on carnivore. Like my wife made up some chicken, and it really smelled really good. And I thought, oh, I can just grab one of those pieces of chicken. Oh, no, I can't, because it's not beef, butter, bacon, or eggs. Same thing with sausage. My wife cooked up a bunch of sausage links for everybody. And there was a little baggie of sausage links. And typically, if I saw a little baggie of sausage links, oh, I'm going to bring that to work, and I'm going to eat that with my lunch. And it's perfectly good for carnivore, but it's not beef, butter, bacon, or egg. So a lot of the temptations that I've been having is good carnivore food, but it's just not part of the challenge that I'm doing right now. And so that's interesting. And then tonight, when I was cooking up melting the butter to cook up the hamburger in, and the eggs, I smelt the melting butter, and it reminded me, we usually around Christmas time we make a candy, an almond roca, and it's a recipe, and all it is butter and sugar. So you melt a bunch of butter, and then you pour a bunch of sugar in, and then you mix it through all these different stages until it becomes roca, and then you throw the almonds in at the end and lay it out on a cookie sheet. Sorry, I'm doing those triggers again. But anyway, it smelt like I was making almond roca. I'm like, ooh, almond roca sounds really good. So just these little triggers, little things that pop up. I wouldn't say they're cravings. I wouldn't say they're necessarily things that I have to eat. But yeah, they're definitely there. And doing the beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge is more challenging than doing regular carnivore, because there's so many other things that you can eat on carnivore. Even just meat stuff. Like, you'd think I'd be whining about not being able to eat cheese. And sure, I'd love to eat some cheese, but I'm not really craving that. I'm not really struggling with, oh, I have to have cheese when I'm doing this challenge. But it's just the meat stuff. Yeah, ham's easy to get. Sausage is easy to get. There's lots of things, shellfish. I'd love to eat some salmon or some shrimp or something like that, but that's not part of the beef, butter, bacon, and egg. And so it's interesting and kind of, it's another level, right? I was here on the 30-day challenges that I did, and now I'm taking it up a level. Of course, I stepped off the level for a while there. But yeah, this does have a purpose, right? This is what they call the elimination diet, where you eat just these 4 essential things. You add a little salt and whatever else you need in there. But once you've done this for 90 days, then you can start adding things back in and see how it affects your body. There's a purpose behind this beef, butter, bacon, egg. Now, I'm sure I'd be perfectly fine staying on the beef, butter, bacon, egg, but I don't think I will after the 90 days. But it's another way also to prove to myself that I can be in control of what I'm eating. I don't have to let my whims carry me. Anyway, that's probably good enough for now. And I think this is the last video, so I'll be back.
All right. Thank you, Marshall. Some good stuff going on. I really enjoyed your little egg test. I've never had, I don't know that I've ever had soft-boiled eggs. I had plenty of hard-boiled eggs, but I'd never considered a soft-boiled egg. But it sounds much better. I don't know how you go about it. I guess I pay better attention to your little cooking test and try it out myself and see what I can do. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it's good to see you eating more butter. I think that is probably the real key of this beef, butter, bacon, and eggs thing. I've come to just eat a lot of butter each day. And I've seen people like steak and butter gal and stuff like that. She's talked about like eating like a stick of butter a day. I don't know if that's necessary, but I don't think it's a problem. I've been trying to do that. Well, one good thing is that it fills you up. If you eat a lot of butter, then you'll just be full when the day comes to an end. Or when your meal comes to an end, I suppose probably a better way to say it. You know, you'll finish eating and then you'll be good. And you won't need to be looking for a snack later. Makes, you know, if you're doing fasting, alternate day fasting, or 1 meal a day fasting, or 3 days, like me, you know, if you're doing any of those kind of things, that can really help you to make it through is with butter. I may try that sometime, doing an extra long fast with eating butter, a fat fast as they call it. But yeah, Marshall, this is what I would suggest doing. This is what I've been doing, and maybe I'll get a video of this that I can show you sometime. But instead of just dumping the butter into your thing, your bowl of meat or whatever that you're eating, instead, why don't you try, you take your fork, you get a little bit of butter onto your fork, and then you take your bite and you eat it. And the butter will kind of melt in your mouth with the hot meat that you have. That way you don't have to worry about it melting and making a pool in your bottom of your bowl that you just throw out because it wasn't on anything at the end. That's what I've been doing. Bit of butter and a bite of meat, each bite. And it makes everything more tasty, for one. And it really, really fills you up. And I think it probably helps to make you not eat so much. If you're eating lean meats, you'll probably eat a little too much, which neither of us need to. So, you know, if you're trying this beef, butter, bacon, and eggs thing, give that a shot. See what you think. I think it's wonderful. I don't know if Marshall can handle it. He's not as into eating the full butter, but I'm gonna get him there. Yeah, it's interesting, your cravings. I haven't really had cravings very much. I didn't go back off of the carnivore like you did in between, though. I was eating still carnivore, but I made it more dirty, where I was eating, you know, sausages and pork rinds and stuff like that. I allowed myself to do that stuff. And I think that affected me detrimentally, to tell you the truth. But I know that I crave things a lot less when I don't give myself a reason to crave. So that's why I don't do, you know, a diet soda. I don't do things with a lot of spices in them, because that might be trouble. Like when you said you ate the carne asada at your work-provided meal, I wonder how hard that made things for you. I don't know if you have that issue like I do, but yeah, I didn't even try. We had Chick-fil-A at my job the other day, and I didn't even go over to the table to look. I know that everything they have is breaded anyways, so I didn't bother. But then there was also pizza later, and again, I didn't even, one guy was like, why don't you hang out? All you gotta do is hang out for 2 minutes and you can have pizza. And I'm just like, yeah, I got my own food and I'll be fine. So yeah, that's what I did instead. Yeah, work meals are just not a thing for me anymore. I can maybe bring some home for the rest of the family because they're not doing carnivore, although they should. But yeah, there's nothing for me there. It's almost never. One time we did have Ruth Chris Steakhouse come, and just a whole bunch of steaks. That happened like somewhere in the middle of the pandemic, and I was just like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. It's heaven. This is exactly my kind of work-provided meal that I love. But yeah, I think that's the only time that's ever happened. One time in 22 years, so there you go. But yeah, it's really great to see the progress that you're making, Marshall. It's really impressive. It looks like, from what I can tell from your chart, you lost about 30 pounds, somewhere around 30 pounds, pretty close to that, which is pretty good. I'm excited, especially considering that, you went back up at least 10 pounds while you were being naughty, and then in the 2 weeks, you dropped straight right back off, back to where you are. And heck, you're on your way to getting into a different century mark. I'm a long ways from that. That wonderland is way off for me, but that is always something inspiring when you can even just tick a decade mark off. That's nice, but a century mark would be amazing. Hopefully, you'll get there in a couple of weeks. I bet you can. Considering how fast you're dropping weight, I bet you do. So keep it up. This is an elimination diet. It's not the elimination diet. I think the elimination diet is going down to just beef, and that's it. No butter, no bacon, no eggs, just beef, salt, water, and then you can go back on. But I think the idea with this is that it eliminates most of the things that cause trouble. I don't know that seafood causes people trouble very much, although some people are allergic, like me. I'm allergic to shellfish, or at least, that's shellfish. I'm not allergic to clams, but I'm allergic to lobster and crawfish and crab and particularly shrimp. That's what I've always known that I was allergic to, but I've learned that I'm allergic to more than just that. So I gotta stay away from it. But yeah, other fish generally are fine. We could eat more sardines, Marshall. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But yeah, I guess I'm gonna buy sardines and have them in my food storage, because it sounds like we're all gonna need one of those. So I better start putting some aside, because I can't just eat the normal food storage kind of stuff. I can't eat rice and that kind of garbage, or else I won't last too long into the food shortage. But anyways, yeah, keep it up, Marshall. You're doing great. Anybody who's playing along with us, keep it up too. You're also doing great. I may not know the specifics, but I bet you're doing great. But yeah, let's keep it going, because it's really doing well. And coming up in a little while, I'll weigh myself, and maybe I'll make a fancy chart like Marshall, or I'll just keep using my little spreadsheet that just subtracts it for me. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time here on Big Anklovich on Hell.